thinking of buying something?
This one.
Valenturia. Tales of the Second Canticle.
Lysandra used to sing it too. Must have picked it up from your brother.
Was she any good at it?
Terrible. But she was never sour about it.
You know, she did it for you.
I know. I know. What she did 5 years ago, I knew she did it to protect me. That didn't make it any easier to swallow. But now, what have I done?
It'll be all right.
Cicero, I'm so sorry. It's just... Ever since leaving the Malacate, I've been scared to be a part of anything again.
It's all right. I understand. Now, chin up. You've got a grating to find, yeah?
Yes. Yes, we do. Thank you, Cicero.
I didn't know you liked carvings.
Cicero, I didn't see you there.
What have you got there?
Well, nothing.
Calden?
You have the most damnable timing.
What is it?
When I was a skipper, I used to go down to the shore and scour the beaches for these sun skulls, a type of coral.
That's a rather ominous name, isn't it? Sun skulls.
On the contrary, the midnight belt is black, but somehow these manage to retain their brilliant color. A ray of light in a sea of shadows. A source of hope in a mire of despair. I'd have carved one myself if I had the time, but since we're here...
Who's it for?
Each one of my kids has one. Jaxus did. My brother does. I get them for the people in my life that have given me hope. This one is for you.
Me?
For not turning me away, even though you easily could have.
Calden.
In this city, it is difficult to call one a friend and truly mean it. But I do. And I want you to know that.
Calden, I don't...
Please.
Thanks. Any sign of the grating?
Not yet. But I'll keep looking.
Bristlethorn for your armor?
Someone knows a thing about polishing, I see.
Of course. Who do you think keeps my buckles shining? So, what's Favio's opinion on what's been going on?
The Judge Master's keeping an eye out. He understands that it's too early to act until more concrete trails can be found. Or at least until we know what the artifacts can do.
And when you do, he will know about them?
Inspectore, know that your efforts at undermining my loyalty to the Luca are in vain.
I don't understand. You can clearly see what is at stake, but yet you think it's more important to keep your guild informed, even though you are fully aware that they might, in the future, jeopardize the investigation.
Do you know who my father was?
I don't know any Luca that carry the De Felici family name. No.
De Felici was my mother's family name. My father was Judge Zane Rios.
I'd heard he was a great judge.
He was also a great father, who taught me everything that I know about the Luca. My earliest memory ever was of a Luca parade, staring at rows and rows of beautiful gold as he carried me in his arms. Oh, it had been a sight. A man as large as my father, tenderly holding a little girl at a Luca parade. He told me that he never heard the end of that tale from those around him, but he ensured daily that I knew he did not regret it. To him, displaying his love for me was worth more than his reputation as a strong, steeled man. But if you've heard of him before, then you'd know that his song is upon the singing tree.
It's been there for a decade.
I loved, and still love my father, Inspectore, and the Luca is his legacy. Have I helped you understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, if that is all, I believe we have an entrance to find.
Thinking to buy one?
Buy a flute. Nothing is worth as much as a flute crafted by the flautist's own hands. I'm here to see if I can pinch some inspiration.
Well, that one looks interesting.
Ah, that's a Cato flute with 3 individual mouthpieces. Only Airbrands can bring out the beautiful harmonies they were meant to produce. Far too cumbersome for a traveler like me, though.
What's your type of flute, then?
That one, over there.
Simple.
It's a traditional runic flute called Eniodi. It was brought over with runic culture in the 4th canticle, even before the Terrals came. But of course, you don't want to hear about the 4th canticle, do you?
I don't?
Not when it pales in comparison to the 2nd, no?
Why would you say that?
Oh, it's just something I overheard once upon a time. That life in the 2nd canticle was... how should I put it? Worth dreaming of.
Where did you hear that?
You didn't have to lie to me, you know. About the artifacts being the key to creating masquerades. It would have made no difference to me.
Who have you told?
No one. Please.
Then what are you getting at?
I've been trying to tell you, ever since I saw you at the Bleeding Beetle. But I just wasn't sure how.
What is it?
It's... how do I put this? I'm...
The Bloodless.
Yes, I am, in fact, him. But that's...
If you heard the conversation I had with Amadea, you must have returned quite early in the night. Timings don't match up if you needed to report to the Bloodless first. Even less so if you were supposed to spread rumors. You have lackeys for that, don't you?
Yes, you've made good deductions, but...
I won't tell the others. As long as you promise to keep the details of the artifacts to yourself, too.
I suppose that'd be fair.
Is there anything else you wish to say?
Only that I haven't seen any sign of the grating yet.
Well, keep looking then. I'll go see what I can find. Moscow, I do appreciate the honesty.
So much for that.
Ah, here we go.
This is it then?
Let's find out. 2 of you will follow me. The other 2 will stay out here in case anything goes wrong. Watch for signs.
Ages. It's like there's a whole world under here.
Light. Over there.
What is wrong with them?
Stone salt.
Addicts?
It seems like it.
Do we need to worry about them?
We don't have the time.
Contadani?
It's not uncommon for them to be seen with the dealers, but
Something on your mind?
nothing. We should keep looking around.
Did you find something?
The lady has told how the seed will save, and how the knife will take the life it gave. The shadows will come as they did before, but she will save us, so she swore.
The shadows will come. What do they mean?
And who is this lady they keep mentioning?
I don't know.
Is there anything else?
Nothing legible. Judging by the quality of the handwriting and the choice of rhyme, I'd say that whoever wrote this hadn't done it with a proper mind.
Then these are just a bunch of addicted lunatics?
Addicted lunatics do not so easily infiltrate the registry and capture one of its regenti. It seems like there is nothing else here. We should keep moving.
Intruders!
Justice will blind you!
I don't suppose they were expecting company.
Not the company of the colors, no.
What do you think this place is?
Salt Emporium by the looks of it. It's probably one of the ways the Dactytes make a living.
And the Herald will be here?
That's what we're here to find out.
Intruders! Watch your flanks!
Salt breathers. Their leader was Izander before he'd been killed.
And now they're here.
And it seems this Herald's influence is more far-reaching than I'd imagined. We should keep going.
Come at me!
Are they?
Producing salt. All part of surviving. Fabra and Artigiani don't run in the masked runner circles.
So they find other ways to get presents.
Let's keep going.
is that?
The Herald. Her second in command is alive. You said the lady promised that the Malacarte would not live. Any of them.
The lady promised that you would have her men.
They spoke with Cicero Gavar! They know where we are. He could be on his way here right now. Tell me that that is what the lady wants.
Do not question the lady. You cannot see what the lady can, and you will never understand what she does. But she is more worthy of your trust than any other entity. Tell me that you cannot see that she has brought you higher than you've ever dreamed. You live as you've never lived before. Food, clothes, shelter. Tell me that you believe you would have those if you had not trusted the lady.
Many more of us would be alive if we hadn't.
Blasphemy! If you had not been under the lady's guarding wings, you would have been crushed by the Portieri. It is because of her that you survive, that you can hide, that you can prepare yourselves for the coming dangers. Tell me that you would have known about the powers that made Masquerades, or that you would have known about the prophecies, or that you would ever have possibly stumbled upon this. This is but one of hundreds that she has promised us. Now witness its power, and know that the lady is true. See what the lady has flushed out of the shadows. Do not let them leave.
Oh no.
We've got this!
Cicero! The Herald! Go! Find time!
Cicero! The Herald!
Go! We'll buy you time!
Damn it, come on! Where are you?
Cicero!
We heard people screaming, and
Oh, great.
spear point!
There!
I'm ready.
Cicero, they need help.
Lucia!
Lucia! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Cicero. Take him.
Think that we should be moving elsewhere.
This place is good enough.
But they know.
This is good enough.
Yes, Herald.
Now leave. He's waking up. How are you feeling? You've been out for hours.
What happened?
I do apologize. I hadn't expected my men to be so rough.
Your men? The Herald.
I also apologize that you had to find out this way.
No.
I'm afraid it is true,
Tell me you're here to get me out.
Cicero.
You traitor! Soulless bitch!
Get a hold of yourself!
Ophina. Corvus. It was you.
That was necessary.
And Razatov. You have him. Answer me!
It was relatively painless.
Damn it, Lucia! Why? Answer me!
She has a plan.
What are you talking about?
How do you think the Dactytes have stayed one step ahead of you all this while? You think we were lucky?
The lady. Who is she?
A visionary. Someone with plans for the city.
Someone who has turned you against us all. You've killed 2 Inspectores and the Regenti, Lucia. And for what?
It had to be done. Sometimes drastic measures must be taken for the greater good.
Is that what your lady has told you?
She is right.
Words of a revolutionary. And like every revolutionary that has passed, she and all those that follow her will end up dead.
She is Fae!
What?
She is of the ancient world, and she knows far more than you or I could ever hope to.
You're a mad woman. You're following a Fae. A mindless, senseless...
You have in your mind the peasantry of their kingdom. But the lady's nobility. She's more than just a beast. And she has plans to...
Plans to what? How can you believe that a creature like that could possibly be?
I have one of the artifacts! Yes. You are beginning to understand. How big, how vast this undertide of secrets is.
Get out of my head.
There are worlds worth of histories that are returning, and you have simply scratched the surface. What you learnt at the pin drop is a morsel of what exists. A fraction of the knowledge held by the forces that you plan to fight against.
How did you know about the pin drop?
Yes! Think. How is it that I knew? What powers are at my disposal that I can glean such knowledge? You understand what you've pit yourself against? Not just yourself, but those who travel with you.
You leave them out of this.
Spoken to a mirror. They have yet to cross the threshold. They don't need to. And if you reconsider your position, neither will you.
What?
You are here for a reason, Cicero. The lady has plans for you, if you will accept them.
You think I'm insane?
Is it insanity for the gull to veer from the storm front? They are here.
Cicero?
You are a wise man, Cicero, and are modest enough to admit the limits of your perception. Let that awareness guide your decision. We will meet again soon, Cicero. And by then, I expect you to have thought long and hard about where you stand.
He's here! Are you all right? Fine.
Cicero! Thank the tides you're... What's wrong?
No. It makes no sense. Why did she hide you in the golden canvas? She must have known that we'd search there again. Unless
She wanted you to be found. Wanted to send the message to us that she had the capacity to capture you. And was willing to let you go to prove that she was confident she could do it again. That has to be it. And Razatov. Damn it! And she said nothing to you. Nothing at all.
I've already told you what happened.
Tell it again. Maybe you missed something.
We were in the Golden Canvas, and we found out where the Darktites were hiding. We had a skirmish that brought us out of the streets, and I thought I caught a glimpse of her face, so I followed her. Next thing I know, I'm waking up to the sounds of explosions, and I see Lucia arguing with a Darktite. The Darktite wanted me dead. Lucia didn't. That's when Tristan came in.
So you never spoke to her?
How many times must we go over this before you believe me?
What of Razatov's work, then? Where to find these artifacts? How to use them?
Nothing.
Come here. $20,000.
But
I said bring him back. Unfortunately, I didn't specify that he had to be alive. You did your job. This is your payment.
a dismissal?
Simply an ending of your contract with the Registry. And now from here on, you no longer act under the purview of the Registry, and thus we cannot protect you from the ramifications or account for the responsibility of your actions.
Of course. I understand.
Good. Then I'll see you around.
That is a wise move. Knowing the dark trajectory of this investigation, it would be wise to divorce the Registry from it.
Just seems a little bit cold leaving you out in the dirt like that.
I think it's excellent. Now it all depends on how the Marshal's going to spin it, eh?
I will tell Fabio that you've been dismissed from the case. He will likely still request that I watch you, seeing how close we are to learning what the artifacts actually did. But at least you will no longer associate this with the Registry.
Ah, how wonderful it is to have such an honest spy among us now.
Better an honest spy than a deceitful friend. Now, I take my leave. The Judge Master should hear this from me in person.
I wonder what'll happen when she finds out that we've been keeping things from her.
You know about the artifacts. Cicero, how does... Cicero? Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just...
Help!
Who's that?
Someone in trouble. What are they doing here? Ha! This'll be fun!
In the corridor, sir, please. The Valencio needs help.
Tristan! Tristan! There is something beyond this wall, and it is not going to hold much longer. Tristan!
Do not let them pass.
Here we go.
What happened?
Faye, a few of my men and I were walking through the hallways when they attacked. I don't know where they came from.
There are more of them beyond.
Yes. Allow me to recover, and I will summon the portiere.
We don't have the time. Rest well.
This mist again.
Watch your flanks! Lucia's office.
No surprise the mists are thickest here.
Halof! This is torture. We have to get him out of here.
The chair has been bolted to the ground. We must remove the stakes.
We're going to get you out of here, but we need to remove these stakes. Do you understand?
No, Cicero, no!
I'm ready.
How is he?
Lost a lot of blood, but he'll make it.
We'll take over from here.
We will meet again soon, Cicero.
Cicero, are you all right?
Fine. I'd like to take a look around. Find out how this happened.
Of course. I'll leave you to it.
Song sick. What was all this about?
Summoning Fae with his blood.
How?
She had agents within these walls. Must have done this before she pulled them out.
But why? What did she hope to achieve?
Keep searching. A sunken star.
Did you say something?
No, nothing. Did you find anything?
Nothing but moldy old places.
Same.
Well, I don't think there's anything left for us here. We should go.
To the Hall of Songs?
Calden. I'll go. The both of you can head back to the Estiguary. I'll meet you there.
Cicero, did something happen in the prison?
What?
You seem, I don't know, a little off.
I just need some rest. It's getting late.
There you are!
Kyrie?
Cicero, you need to see this.
All right. You can leave after this. Come on.
By the blood. What is this?
You were right, Cicero. Your theory that the Fae were made of the mist was correct, but I've spent the past few days distilling it. Look at how bestial it is. There is no sense of order about it whatsoever. Now, look at this.
It's inquisitive.
And I spilt no blood.
How?
You were right about the mists. They are the building blocks of the Fae. Places with a higher density of the mist have more Fae, but what you mistook was the trigger.
Not blood, clearly.
It's... oh, how do I put this? Emotion is a close approximate. I don't think our language has an equivalent. It's, a state of mind. It's an experience. It's a...
Scythe?
Yes, exactly.
What's that?
Scythe. It was something the Dementicate were trained to manipulate as they matured, though we've never learnt what for. It roughly translates to different mediums of thought, of being. It's difficult to explain. You're saying that various Scythe create various Fae?
Yes, pain is easy to replicate, and the Fae that produces seems base, but this one...
What were you thinking of?
The first day that I was a Vegelus, walking into the Conoscenza, seeing all the knowledge that was at my fingertips.
And different states, feelings, thoughts, create different Fae?
If there is enough mist in the vicinity, yes. I haven't boiled it down to a science yet, but it's definitely on the way there.
Well, this is more than enough. Thank you, Kyrie.
Of course. Rest well, Cicero.
Two stops. The first, the Estiguary. We'll be dropping our Medea and Vasco off there. Then we'll head to the Hall of Songs.
All right, sir. And that, brother, is the history of the Terald family, from the start to their gory demise. Brother? Are you asleep? Hey!
Seventh Canticle, coins and kin.
Oh, brother.
Don't be too harsh on him, Elena. It's been a tiring few days.
I know.
I should be back soon with the Mariner.
We'll be here.
I apologize. Did I interrupt something?
Venera, you may leave us. I will be in good company with the Inspectore. Come, Cicero, have a seat, please. I can hear an ache in your voice.
Were you in the middle of a composition?
I was, in fact, for the 8th Canticle.
So soon? The Canticle hasn't even been declared over.
I know, but this is the last year of this Canticle's 15th Masura. If anything is to happen in the coming months that should spell the end of the Canticle, I'd like to at least be prepared. Composing a song that chronicles 60 years' worth of events is not something that one does in an evening. But there is something on your mind, isn't there? I can hear the ripples of unease in your words.
It's just... How do you do it, Mirabaz?
Well, first, you have to look at all the major events that take...
I mean carrying such a responsibility. A whole society rides upon this hall. Your hall. How do you handle something like that?
When I lost my eyes, some 28 years ago, do you know what I missed the most during the years after?
The faces of the dozens of handsome men that threw themselves at your feet?
Oh no, Cicero. There were only 7 that did that. No, I missed seeing smiles. Of all the years that I've been a songstress, those were the hardest.
But you pulled through them.
I drifted, more accurately. In a situation like that, can someone truly ever know what direction to head in? I thought about it, day and night, about how I could make myself feel the way I did before. How I could find that passion that I had lost along with my sight.
And you found your answer?
No. My answer found me, I'd say. It came from a small boy who had been ambushed by thugs outside this very hall and had been screaming for help.
And you rushed out, blind as you were, masquerine on your face, and you sang.
And sing I did, with all the strength in my bones.
The flames that roared that night. Ages. I still remember the look on their faces.
I scooped the little boy up and brought him into this hall. On our way in, he whispered a little something in my ear. Do you remember what he said?
Thank you. And you're very pretty.
So he did. So he did. And that was the first time that I realized that you don't need to see a smile. You can just as easily hear it.
Thank you, Mirabas. It was nice to hear that story again.
But that was not the answer that you were looking for, was it?
In all honesty, I don't even know what I'm looking for. But that's enough sullenness. I'm here for a mariner, Calden. I think he might have just had a song sung.
He did, in fact. Razatov Azrus. A tragedy. He was such a sweet man. He'd been visiting the hall quite frequently over the past few months.
Razatov? Whatever for?
The Zoric culture across the sea believes that a person can sense when their time is up. They tend to try to tie up as many loose ends in the world as they can. He had me help him put a song into a chime specifically for his brother, telling me to hand it to him in case this happened. It's like he knew.
And the mariner is somewhere on the tree?
Yes, at his Legacies branch.
Then that's where I'll be. Thank you for the story again, Mirabas. Vint?
Sir,
How's he holding up?
you should talk to him. I think he'd like that.
He composed this himself. He came by and asked Mirabas to help him put it into this chime. Did he know?
Your brother was no fool.
Then why? Why chase a storm in rough seas?
Because he felt that he had to.
He never told anyone this, but he harbored a religion. A Sharmu, an Elysian religion. He liked to believe that there was an afterlife, a promised land that we'd go to after we passed.
I heard it in the last verse of the song.
I want so badly to believe that he's right.
A ray of light in a sea of shadows. A source of hope in a mire of despair. I think he would have liked to be remembered that way.
If my brother felt that he needed to do this, to find these artifacts, then we must.
And so we will.
And as I guessed, the Judge Master has no wishes to act. Not yet.
Well, he'll have to keep waiting, won't he? We don't have any leads.
What about the golden canvas?
The portieri have searched it already. Nothing.
And my brother's work? Is there anything we can follow up on?
Nothing that hasn't already been checked out. We still don't know why he was creating Fae, but unfortunately, I don't know if we'll ever find out now.
It's true. Razatov's death has staunched the flow of the investigation. All the answers in his mind, now lost.
But that can't be it. There has to be more to this.
Just a day ago, you had a gaze that could turn your victims to stone.
Well, some lessons can be learnt in a day.
It's late. We should get some rest.
What about our next step?
We'll convene tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll have more ideas then. You're supposed to be resting.
I don't get it.
What?
Razatov was in search of the artifacts. Artifacts that turned the Dementicate into Masquerades.
So?
Fae. How do they fit into all this? Why was Razatov creating them? What do they have to do with the artifacts?
Amadea.
We're missing something, Cicero, and if I could just...
Amadea! It's been a long day.
We're so close to something. I can feel it. Teetering on the precipice of change.
Rather dramatic?
It's just like 5 years ago, when I thought Cyrus would... You're right. It's been a long day. I'll finish up here soon and go to bed.
Amadea.
I promise. Good night, Cicero.
Should you need me.
Thank you.
Good night, Mariner.
Raz?
She told me about her father. Said she knew how it felt to lose someone close.
Too common an experience in this city.
She might be a little rigid, but she isn't half as bad as I'd first thought. Neither is Vasco, actually. People have always said us Umbrians hide behind masks and facades. But perhaps not all masks are worn to hide dark secrets.
Go to bed, Calvin. It's late.
Rather bad shape.
He has been rather quiet. Oh, Cicero.
Yes?
Cicero!
Is this something I should be hearing?
Vasco was telling me about what happened to the golden canvas. I'd been wondering what all the ruckus was about.
You and your family got out safely, though?
Barely. Livia and Damien have gone to bed. They're not used to such excitement. But enough about our escape. I heard you weren't so lucky.
No, I wasn't.
What happened in there, Cicero?
Nothing, then. I'm just tired.
Then you should be heading to bed now.
No more than any of you.
You're right. Just one more drink then, and I'll be off.
You understand what you've picked yourself against? Not just yourself, but those who travel with you.
I'm sorry.